Buenos noches, Algebra 2. Today we're going to be learning about compound interest. And some of you, your ears are just perked up because you realize interest, ooh, that must be talking about money. And yes, we're going to be talking about money today, so if that interests you at all, I might take real investment in this. So, first things first, we have a formula that we need to learn what all the parts are here. So it's your annual compound interest formula. And what that is this formula down here. I'm going to go ahead and label and name all of the variables in it, because as you can see, there's a lot. The only number you see here is 1. And I'll explain where that comes from in a minute. So it says, let P be the amount of money invested, or the principal. That's why they call it P. So let's go ahead and label P as our principal. Okay, and that's the amount of money that you're going to put in there. So let's say you worked a summer job and you earned $2,000, so you want to put it in the bank, so your principal then would be $2,000. So that's the number you'd put right here. Okay, at an annual interest rate of R, so rate is R, which, you know, that's kind of easy to remember. So R is our rate here. And rate means like it's going to earn 6% interest. So 6% is going to be your rate. So it's always going to be the one with a percent symbol. So maybe you could write that down there too. Okay. Compounded annually, that just means that you're going to do it once a year. Annual sales happen once a year. So if you're compounding annually, you're only going to do it one time a year. So that's the only time we're allowed to use this equation. If it's anything different than that, then we use a different equation. We're going to let A be the total amount left after T years. So T is the amount of years we're leaving it in the bank for. So T years right here. And A means the amount that you get out. So amount in account after T years. Okay, so you could just put, you know, total amount, I guess, total amount, and that would be fine. Or you could say total amount in account after T years here. So those are all the pieces to our puzzle. Notice we've named all the letters. The only thing we didn't give any name to was 1, because it's just the number 1. So jot that down. We're going to definitely be using it here a lot in the next couple of examples. Example 1. Emilio invests $1,000 in an account compounded at an annual rate of 3%, and another $1,000. So essentially he has $2,000 that he's splitting up into 2 separate accounts. So into a second account compounded at an annual rate of 6%. How much interest will Emilio earn in each account after 4 years? And typically you wouldn't set up 2 savings accounts, but in this case that's what he decided to do. So let's go ahead and we're going to actually have to split our work here just to keep track of each account. So I'm just going to call the first one 3% account and do all my work for the 3% account there. And then we have another account that's earning 6% interest, so we'll put that work over here. And we are going to use our formula that we just learned. So A equals P times 1 plus R to the T power. So remembering what all those things are, you guys have them written down in front of you. A is the amount in your account after all the time has passed. P is your principal. So in our case, he's got $1,000 for each account, so that's going to be our principal each time. And then 1 plus R, our rate, and then to the T power, and T, remember, stands for years. So we're going to take this equation, and we're going to actually do our 3%. So we don't know how much Emilio has earned in his account, or has in his account now, but we do know our next variable here, P, we know what he put in. He put $1,000 into this 3% account. So that number goes right here, $1,000. And then, so our 1 plus is just built in. You'll always have that. So 1 plus here. And then R is our rate. Now this particular account has a rate of 3%. Now please, every time you do one of these, please don't put the number 3 here. Also, please don't put 3% in here. When you put percentages into equations, you need to turn them into decimals, which, remember, to do that we go 1, 2 places to the left and put our decimal point right there. So this becomes 0.03 as a decimal. So that's what we're going to put in our equation, 0.03. And then to the T power, how many years is he leaving it in there for? Well, it says how much will he earn after 4 years. So 4 years is actually for both accounts, so this power is going to be to the 4th power here. Now, could you leave this as it is and just enter it in your calculator here? Sure, and for most of these, that's what we're going to do. But I'm going to show you a little bit of a way to simplify what's in here, just to maybe make it a little bit easier to enter into our calculator. So let's go ahead and simplify this up. We're going to have A equals 1,000 times, now 1 plus 0.03, well, that's just going to be 1.03, and that way we don't have that plus sign in there anymore. So 1.03, that is what's simplified in our parentheses, and we still have all that to the 4th power. Now what's being taken to the 4th power? Just the stuff inside here, not that 1,000. So you can't multiply these yet. You have to do the power first, just following order of operations. So we take 1.03 to the 4th power and then times 1,000. Again, could you enter it in just like this? Sure, but we could also do it, you know, a piece by piece. Some of us like to do it that way, and that's fine too. So I'm going to do it piece by piece here. We're going to do the exponent first, so 1.03 to the 4th power. And then whatever I get there, I got to take that and I got to multiply it by 1,000. So I'm just going to say, well, times 1,000. Okay. So there's my answer. It's $1,125.51 because this 8 would round it up to 51. So what I write down over here is A equals $1,125.51. Alright, so now that's just for the 3% account over here. So what I need to do is I need to do my 6% account over here, which I lost that. So let's write, we're just going to do a 6% over here. So we're going to set up an equation just like this one, except we're going to do it for the 60% account. So we're going to have A equals, and then we have our principal here. It's the same setup here. So our principal, what did we put into the second account, which was our 6% account? Well, we put $1,000 into it. So $1,000 is again our principal. It's a different $1,000, but it's still $1,000 nonetheless. And then we have 1 plus R, so 1 plus our rate. Now here our rate is 6%. Again, please don't put the number 6 in here. You're going to put 0.06 in there. So 0.06. And then to the, well, again, both accounts, we said we're going to put it in there for 4 years. So to the 4th power again. So the only thing that's really changed in here is 0.06 was 0.03, and that's really the only difference. But I'm going to show you how to put this guy just straight into your calculator as you see it. So then we're going to have our answer is just going to be next. Let's go ahead and grab our calculators here. And so now before we did it in pieces, so here we're just going to plug it in. So we have 1,000. And then we have parentheses, 1 plus 0.06. How did that end up there? Sorry. 0.06. That was a miskey. And close our parentheses to the 4th power. So we say to the 4th power here. So make sure, just because I made an oops there, make sure that your entry looks just like what you have over here on your screen. Or on your notes rather. So you have $1,000 and then 1 plus 0.06 and then to the 4th, that's what we have here. So we hit enter and we get $1,262.40. That would make this 48 cents. So let's go ahead and write that down. So $1,262.48. Alrighty. So there's our answer for that guy. Now, we have to be careful here because you might just box both of these up and call that your answer. Maybe you'll add them together. But really, what are they asking you here? They want to know how much interest Emilio is going to earn. So what we have, the numbers we have here are the total amount of money in each account. So in this account, we then have $1,125.51. Over here, we have $1,262.48. But we have to account for the fact that, well, you know what, 1,000 of that was his original money. So that's not interest. That was our principal. That's what we put in there to begin with. So we take that out of the account, not actually take it out, but take it out of the figurings here. We're going to leave it in the account, but we just want to figure out how much extra money he's earned. He already had 1,000 in there, so to find the extra money, you would subtract the two. So you would have $125.51 in this account. Okay. And then over here, again, same thing. We put $1,000 in, so you can't really count that as your interest. So you subtract 1,000 from this number here, and 1,000 off of this would just be $262.48. Now, it's not really clear. It says, how much interest will Emilio earn in each account after 4 years? It would make sense to answer it with 125 and 262 because that's in each account. But the way I'm reading this is, how much interest will he earn? Well, he's earned both of these. So to get our total amount, we would have to actually add those together to get our total amount of interest earned. So let's grab our calculators again. We're going to do 125 plus, or 125.51 plus 262.48, and what do we get? 387.99. So let's go ahead and jot that as our total final answer. So 387.99. 300, almost $400. So $387.99 dollars in interest. Okay, so. For really, I mean, what did he do? Nothing besides not touched his money for 4 years. So, $400 for doing nothing, $100 a year to do nothing. I'll take it. Not a bad deal. Okie dokie. Next example, it says, in this situation of example 1, how much interest will Emilio earn in the 5th year in the account paying 6% compounded annually? So I'm just going to go ahead and write down, don't forget we're working with the 6% account only. So if you remember our account money after 4 years, so I'm just going to go, you know, A for our amount here is going to equal $1,262.48, and that's after 4 years. So 4 years here. And so that's after 4 years. They want to know in the 5th year alone how much is it going to make. So we have to figure out how much total is in the account after 5 years. So again, we're going to set up our equation. If you remember, it was $1,000 was our interest, or excuse me, our principal. So that was still $1,000. He didn't change how much he put in there. And then we have 1 plus, our rate was 6%, of course, so we write that as 0.06. All to, now we had the 4th power because we did 4 years before. Now we want the 5th year, so we're going to put to the 5th power. Okay, so we can figure out what that is. So let's go ahead and grab our calculators. And we'll just go ahead and plug it in here. So we have 1,000. I keep saying 100. My apologies. So 1,000 times, so parentheses, 1 plus 0.06, close them, to the 5th power. So to the 5th power. Okay, and then let's just see what we get there. That's $1,300. Whoops. So our amount here is $1,338.23. So 23 cents if we round that. So that is for the 5th year. So for our 5th year, 5 years. So if we want to figure out, okay, well, what did it make in the 5th year alone? Well, we could take 1,000 off of both of these, but if I just took this number from the 5th year and this number from the 4th year, I could figure out, if I find their difference, I could figure out exactly how much it earned from year 4 to year 5, which is what they're asking you. They want to know in the 5th year, what did he make? So let's do that. We're going to do 1,338.23 minus 1,262.48. So let's grab our calculators one more time here. So we do 1,338.23 minus, and then 1,262.48. Hit enter. Ooh, $75.75. That's a nice little number there. So he made $75.75 dollars worth of interest in the 5th year. So there's our answer. They wanted to know how much interest did he make in year number 5, and there you have it, $75.75.